So if you've been planning a trip to Oahu and you've done any amount of research whatsoever, you have found a ton of websites talking about the top places to visit in Oahu, such as Waikiki, Chinatown, Kuloa Ranch, Diamond Head. Those videos cover all of that. So why would I need to cover it as well? So today I'm actually going to cover 13 things to do in Oahu that no one else is talking about. Let's go ahead and dive in with number 1, powered hang gliding. And I recommend you use Paradise Air hang gliding. They have won TripAdvisor's Certificate of Excellence every single year. If you want a unique flying perspective over the island of Oahu, this is the way to go. Not only do you see all of the beauty and the gorgeous everything that is Oahu, it's open air, and not only that, they teach you how to fly. So you actually get an interactive, hands-on experience of powered hang gliding. Now, this does require reservations. There is no minimum age, but there is a minimum weight of 80 pounds. So if you have children with you, they need to be at least 80 pounds to fly. So they are linked below along with everything else I'm talking about if you'd like to go check them out. Number 2 is to zip line with Climeworks Keana Farms. Now, there are a couple ziplining options in Oahu. This one I highly recommend because it is a 3-hour guided tour and it has the longest zip lines from 500 feet all the way up to about a half a mile. They also, on this tour, you get 2 rappel sessions. You also cross over 3 sky bridges, and then there are some secret experiences that they throw in that they don't advertise, so you have to go on the trip to find out what it is. Not only do you get all of those things, but you also get an ATV ride up to the top where you catch the first zip line. This is the number 1 zip line tour that I recommend. All right, number 3 is to enjoy the Secret Island Beach. Now this is through the Kualua Tours, and what they do is they actually take you out to a secret beach, and once you're out there, you get free access, or included access, I should say, to their stand-up paddleboards, their kayaks, their canoes. You can bring snorkeling equipment and go snorkeling. You can bring lunch if you'd like, or if you do the full day tour, they will provide a boxed lunch for you. If you don't want to do the kayaking and paddleboards and all of that, you can simply just lay in a hammock and enjoy paradise. All right, moving on, I want to start talking to you about shave ice. So if you've done any kind of research on Hawaii, you know shave ice is a thing. So their shave ice is not like a typical American snow cone. That's more granular. Shave ice is fine like snow. And when they add certain ingredients to it, it can be almost like ice cream in its consistency. It's amazing. If you've never had it before, I highly recommend trying shave ice in Hawaii. Now, there are a lot of famous shave ice places like Matsumoto's, and that one I've been to and it is amazing. And there's a reason why there's lines out and around the corner. So if you're in North Shore, I highly recommend hitting up Matsumoto's. But if you want something a little different, I actually recommend House of Pure Aloha. So Uncle Clay has had that location for 25 years and some pretty freaking amazing shave ice to go along with it. So make sure to plan some time to hit up his shave ice shop. All right, speaking of food, the next recommendation is to visit an authentic tiki house. For this one, I recommend La Mariana Sailing Club. Now, this has been closed for COVID, but they are planning to reopen September 1st of 2021. It is in Honolulu, but more of a almost hidden location right on the edge of the water. It is a 50 styles tiki bar, so very classic Hawaiian movie, think Elvis, and all of his Hawaiian movies, that kind of tiki bar with Mai Tais and blue Hawaiians and Hawaiian food. It is just a fantastic place to go. So if you really want that authentic tiki bar experience, make sure you hit up La Mariana Sailing Club. All right, my next idea is to take a road trip Hawaiian style, but in a luxury car. So if you're going to drive around the island, and I highly recommend driving around the island, especially up King Kamehameha Highway, which is a 24-mile long, gorgeous drive on Oahu, where there's lots of little places where you can stop and explore hikes and beaches and have some private dips in some of those beaches. But why not do it in a cool car? Do it in a Jeep or a convertible Camaro, convertible Mustang, a Corvette, or even a Porsche. It would make that road trip just that little bit more awesome when you're doing your drive around Oahu. Okay, my next suggestion is the hole-in-the-wall food tour from Hawaii Tours. This is a 5-hour food tour. If you are staying in Waikiki, they pick you up from your hotel in Waikiki in an air-conditioned, comfortable van, and then they take you on the local experience. And I don't just mean Hawaiian food, traditional Hawaiian food. I mean the traditional food of all of the immigrants to Hawaii. So all of the Asian inspiration, all of the different, little hidden places in Chinatown, the little hidden places in Honolulu. You get to actually experience behind the scenes of the marketplaces, the bakeries, and taste some amazing food. So if you're even a tiny bit foodie, this is a fantastic tour for you. Now, the only caveat with that is if you are a vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or very strict dietary requirements, this may or may not be a tour for you because they will give you what they give you. And it's not like you can say, oh, give me mine with no meat, please. It's part of the tour. So if you are one of those dietary needs, either go and just know you're not going to eat everything, or maybe pick a different food tour if that's your thing. All right, my next one is to go to the Byodo-In Temple. And you probably have seen this one on a few of the other videos. The reason I chose to include it here is because I just want to emphasize how amazing it really is. It feels when you come here that you are escaping to Japan, to old Kyoto, Japan. And the reason is this is a Buddhist temple that was built in 1968 as a marking of the 100th anniversary of the Japanese immigrants. Now, it is a replica, a small scale replica of a 950-year-old temple from Uji, Japan. And it is beautiful. The grounds are amazing. It is very tranquil, it is very quiet. So if you're looking for something very relaxing and peaceful on your trip after you've done all of your zip lines and power hang gliding, this is an excellent, excellent place to go. And while you're on this side of the island, if you keep driving north towards North Shore, there's also a small little macadamia nut farm that you absolutely have to stop by and try their coffee and macadamia nuts. And again, I am going to link all of these below for you. All right, back to high adventure. My next idea is to go shark diving. And I don't mean shark scuba diving like I did on my Maui video. And if you are heading to Maui instead and you want to see some things to do in Maui, take a look at this video here. But in Oahu, they actually have the kind where you go in a cage. And so the sharks can come quite close to you, but you're safe and protected in the cage. You don't have to scuba dive, you can have snorkels. And so you don't have to have any swimming experience. It is just an opportunity to experience just once in a lifetime thing. It is incredible. And not only the sharks, but if you go in the winter, you have an opportunity to see whales. And if you're underwater in that cage, you can hear the whale song. There's not many people that can say that they have that opportunity. It is just absolutely blow your mind, just an amazing thing to do. And if you go in the summer, you might not see the whales, but you will see lots of pods of dolphins. It is just really cool. All right, my next idea comes to us from AirBnB Experiences. So if you've seen any of my videos, you know I recommend AirBnB Experiences quite often. If you aren't familiar with them, they are a part of Airbnb that locals will offer certain services, tours, experiences to the public. So where Airbnb is personal people renting out their houses, AirBnB Experiences are local people giving certain experiences. And no matter what destination you go to, always be sure to check out Airbnb Experiences to find local perspectives in the destinations you're going to. But I found 3 on Oahu that I particularly think are worth you checking out. And the first one is to have a cooking class. Now, this one is in a Hawaiian style cooking class in the Hawaiian's home. And what you do is you come and she talks to you about the food culture and history, teaches you to cook 4 dishes, although she has other packages available as well. And then once you've cooked and tasted and experienced everything, you sit down as a entire group where you can share a meal together, share stories, have a drink, and just really experience Hawaiian cuisine and dining and meet a local and get their perspective on the island. I highly recommend doing things like this at the beginning of your trip, because when you're meeting a local, you might get inspiration for other things to do and see that you might not have ever heard about. So always plan these type of things at the beginning. Pick their brain for things that you should see and do while you're on Oahu, meet the locals, and just have an incredible experience. The next one is to fire dance with a master. Now this one also is an Airbnb experience, and there is a fire dance master who will teach you some of the fire dance. And as you can see, you actually get very deeply involved in it and participate in it. And I haven't done it before, but in reading the reviews, people who do this say is one of the most fun experiences they've had on Oahu. So it is highly recommended. Be sure to check out fire dancing. My next one is to stand-up paddleboard. That in and of itself is fun. In Waikiki is amazing because it's that crystal clear water and usually pretty smooth where they go. So in and of itself, it's fun. But this one is to stand-up paddleboard with rescue dogs. And this is another Airbnb experience. If you don't know how to paddleboard or stand up paddleboard, they will teach you. And if you already know, then that's fine too. But they teach you how to stand up paddleboard, and then you head out with your own little friend sitting along with you. The rescue dogs go along with you on the tour. So it takes paddleboarding and kicks it up a notch. And if you love dogs, you really can't miss this opportunity. All right, the final one I want to talk to you about is a nighttime snorkel on the reefs of North Shore. This one, again, Airbnb experience. And what you do is you head out at night. Your guide will talk to you about the ecosystems and things that you're going to experience. And then he gives you the snorkel equipment and you get to snorkel with underwater lights. And he takes pictures the entire time. So you will always have lots and lots of photos of the things that you see and experience on your nighttime dive. Now, this one is incredible because most people, even if they snorkel all the time or scuba dive all the time, they normally don't get to see things that are available in the nighttime. So this again is one of those once in a lifetime experiences where you get to see the other side of life on Oahu at night. So if you found this helpful at all, if you could give us a thumbs up, that'd be greatly appreciated. And if we can help you with your vacation, please be sure to check out our website below. And other than that, these videos here should be able to help you with any future vacation planning that you're doing. And other than that, we will see you on the next video. Thanks so much for stopping by. Take care. Bye-bye.